The Borgia Papacy, particularly under Pope Alexander VI, Rodrigo Borgia, remains one of the most infamous periods in the history of the Catholic Church. Ruling from 1492 to 1503, Alexander VI embodied a paradoxical blend of spiritual authority and political corruption, turning the Vatican into a hotbed of nepotism, intrigue, and lavish excess. His papacy is often seen as the apex of Renaissance decadence, where power and sin coexisted behind the sacred veil of the Church. Rodrigo Borgia was a Spanish cardinal whose ascent to the papacy was largely attributed to political maneuvering and substantial bribery during the conclave. Once in power, he sought to expand and consolidate the influence of the Borgia family across Italy. To this end, he used his position not as a shepherd of souls, but as a secular ruler, treating the papal states as his personal domain. He appointed his illegitimate children, most notably Cesare and Lucrezia Borgia, to powerful positions, sparking outrage among contemporaries and historians alike. The Vatican during Alexander VI's reign was marked by unprecedented extravagance. Lavish banquets, opulent art commissions, and displays of wealth were common, even as the Church preached humility and piety. The Borgia family's lavish lifestyle drew heavy criticism, fueling allegations of simony, corruption, and moral decay. Critics accused the Pope of turning the Holy See into a stage for personal and dynastic ambition rather than a center of religious devotion. Cesare Borgia, the Pope's ambitious and ruthless son, played a central role in his father's political schemes. After being made a cardinal and later resigning the position to pursue military conquests, Cesare embarked on a violent campaign to carve out a Borgia-controlled territory in central Italy. His brutal tactics and strategic marriages exemplified Machiavellian principles, so much so that Niccolò Machiavelli later used Cesare as a model for the prince. Lucrezia Borgia, often maligned in legend as a poisoner and seductress, was also a key figure in the family's political web. Although some stories surrounding her are exaggerated or fabricated, she was undoubtedly used as a diplomatic pawn in the Borgia strategy, marrying into powerful families to strengthen the family's influence. Despite the scandals, the Borgia era contributed significantly to Renaissance culture. Alexander VI patronized artists, including Pinturicchio, and helped shape the artistic richness of Rome. Yet these cultural achievements were overshadowed by the moral and political corruption that defined his rule. The death of Alexander VI in 1503 marked the decline of Borgia influence. Rumors swirled that he died from poisoning, possibly his own, though illness remains the more likely cause. His legacy, however, endures not for spiritual leadership, but for transforming the papacy into a symbol of secular ambition and moral decay. In sum, the Borgia Papacy stands as a cautionary tale of what happens when spiritual authority is overtaken by temporal power. It serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between religion, politics, and human ambition during one of history's most turbulent and fascinating eras.